start off with this bumper. You're gonna put the sides on. And there's 4 holes from the existing bumper that match up. You just put any kind of nut on the back of those bolts for now, just to keep this piece from falling off, because all we're doing is just line it up so we can mark out the holes we need to drill. The next step is to just mark the drilling spot for those 4 holes there. So what you do is you take your barrel nuts that go in there, kind of press the bumper up against the tunnel, and then just take, if you've got a skinny pen or something you can make a mark. I'm just going to use this sharp end of a rivet just to kind of make the mark of where I want to drill, and do that for all 4 of these holes here. So then you got 3 holes up here that you're also going to need to drill, and for those just find the middle of the hole just to make your mark. So now I marked those holes, I'm just going to make a little center punch just so I know when I'm drilling it that my hole's going to be right where I want it. Now that you got all the holes marked that you need to drill, and take this part of the bumper back off, and then you'll start to drill your holes. Now your final size is going to be a 1/4 inch hole. I'm going to do a little pilot hole on each of them, and then we'll do a 1/4 inch. Now I got all our pilot holes drilled, so we'll just go ahead and take them to a 1/4 inch hole. Idea too, just to kind of make sure your hand's out of the way where you're drilling, but just to support the tunnel, since you don't have a bumper, it's fairly bendy. Now, the next step is going to be to put the end, your 2 bumper parts together. You just got your biggest bolt and washer that come in the kit, and your little painted accent piece goes on top. Stick that through, kind of get that started. And then we'll grab the other side. So still going to leave this just a little bit loose so that it's easier to fit. So these first 2 are kind of the trickiest to get in. They're all going to be different lengths, so you have to pay attention to the instructions to figure out which bolt you need for which location. So we're just going to leave those 3 that we just put in loose for now, so you got a little bit of wiggle room to line up the rest of your holes on the bumper. But first, you need to make sure that you drill, there's a pre-marked hole just in front of this footrest on the tunnel. It's hard to see with the wrap, but it's right there, and that's the final, your very front mounting hole for this painted piece that goes on there. now you got your painted piece, and you got that one in there. This goes over top of it, and then you got these spacers that come in the kit, and they slide in between that piece and the tunnel. So before we get too far, if you haven't put one of these on before, it's a little confusing which one of these painted pieces goes on which side, because there's no indication on them and they would both fit. What you want to look for is to the back end of it to be flush against the tunnel, and then you got the rest of it is sitting off the tunnel. So if you were to try to put the wrong side on, all of it would sit against the tunnel except for the very back one. So once you got that on the right side, then just follow the instructions for what size bolts need to go in which hole, and just loosely put all the bolts in the rest of the holes, and then once you got all the bolts in, you can go and tighten them all down. You gotta make sure you put those spacers in, these ones that float off the tunnel, so that is actually supported in there. There we go. I got that side all loosely on, and we're going to go ahead and just get the other side loosely put together, so we got everything lined up, and then we'll tighten everything up.